Hey Jeff, thanks for making the trip up and attending the scoring school at Lake Michigan Hills with myself and Wayne Yamaguchi. Um, so I've got your swing up here, and we'll just kind of go over kind of what we talked about during our time together when we were working on it. And I've also got Kevin Streelman over here on the left. I kind of chose him because he kind of fits kind of the same height as you and kind of almost the same body structure. He's maybe just a little bit skinnier, being a younger, fit 21, 22, 23 year old or whatever he is nowadays. So, um, a couple things I want you to kind of look at here at address. Lower body wise, you are very much the same as him. If we measured your knee bend and your torso bend here at your hips, pretty much the same, but from there up is where we kind of start getting some issues. So if we look here at Kevin, you can see his left shoulder and his right shoulder, where with you, you can kind of see that your shoulders are looking to be a bit open here, and even your eye line seems to be pointing off some direction over here to the left as well. So, and you can also see your right arm is kind of pushing on your chest a little bit, where Kevin seems to be hanging straight down a little bit. So, I'm going to attach some good videos here along with this email to you. That will kind of go over a couple things that you can do to kind of clean up just this setup position, because it's not just as easy as like, oh, okay, I'll just kick my right shoulder back. Um, but much of your path issues as you come down into the golf ball um, tend to come from this setup position here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of draw a line here that follows your shoulders. Kind of right there. And now I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. So what I did real quick is just kind of copied this line over at the golf ball. So as you'll see, as we start swinging down, your club is going to kind of travel more in this shoulder line direction than the other way. So once again, Kevin's is a little bit square here, so he's going to get a little different path coming down. So I'm just going to draw a couple lines. I'm going to go from the golf ball up through his right shoulder, and then once again, I'm going to go from the golf ball through the shaft here. So this is kind of sweet spot angle here. So ideally, we'd like to see the club come down somewhere along this path here. And so let's kind of do the same with yours over here. We're going to go golf ball or sweet spot of the club face through the shoulder. And then we're going to do another one from the same spot that runs parallel to the shaft. Right there. So got a lot of lines, but that's all right. We'll work through them here. So as you watch Kevin, his club's going to work up this inside one and then kind of up into the next one a little bit. So you can watch his club going back, kind of working up that one and then up into the next one. And he's up at the top. Now let's get yours kind of up in the same position. So yours kind of works down and up. So all in all, backswing, not too bad. So let's get back up here and stop. So you can see the top here. Your shoulder turn maybe quite isn't as much as his, but if we look at the club face, your club face, his club face is pretty much the same. Elbow positions pretty close to the same. His hands are a little bit more behind him, and I think that's simply because he turned his lead shoulder, so your left shoulder, just a little bit much more than you did. I just think you're a few degrees short of making a full 90-degree turn, and that keeps your hands kind of more in front of yourself. But where we're going to see the big differences from here down into the golf ball. So once again, we're going to be looking at this blue line. Your club's going to jump out here to the outside, and you can see boom, boom, boom. So it's way out there. So it's above your shoulder, in your neck now. We'll make this one here white. Boom. So that's where yours is with your clubs, even with your belt. So let's go on Kevin's here. When his hands get even with the belt, his club is there. So once again, if we look closely here, your elbow angle and arm, pretty much 90 degrees. His is 90 degrees. Big difference is you can see here, your elbow looks like there's a gap between your elbow and the shirt. His looks like it's already gone and attached to his side. So elbow path for you is going to be a big thing on the way down. We got to get that elbow working more into your side faster so that this club shallows out a little bit faster for you. Let's continue moving forward. So yours keeps going out. Now it's over your head and at basically P6. So when the club is parallel to the ground, you can see your club head is already outside target line. Right there would be target line. So you're already outside it. So that's going to be a leftward path. Where if we come over to Kevin and get to parallel to the ground, his club head, we can't even draw it because it's right inside his hands here. So your club head here, his is back here. So that's where you're really losing some of your power and you're going to have a very difficult time hitting any shorter shot that starts right at the target and draws any. Once again, like I discussed during the time we spent working together, I have no issues with hitting a fade. We just got to get it as powerful as possible, and yours is lacking some of that power hit. So once again, like I said, I drew this other blue line here, 58, because that's what your club's going to travel along. So you can see now how your club head is following that line and going to the left, going to the left, going to the left, going to the left, and it's just matching that line perfectly. Worked up it right there. And that's just all from address position, where if you look here, Kevin's is going to work down into the golf ball, and then it's working up higher. You can still see the club. It's outside of his hands here, where if we go back to yours at that same position, we probably are not even going to be able to see it because it's probably somewhere in there, and you can see your hands have already disappeared behind your body and to the left. So this shot swing over here is going to produce a straight to draw or small cut. Yours over here is going to produce a lot of big cuts. So that's kind of your path issues and stuff. Another big thing that we talked about, I know, was your tush line a little bit. So let's get back here to the start, and I'm going to draw a big one there. Let's get Kevin here back to the start. And we're going to do the same thing on him. There we go. So we got a couple on the tush lines there. So as we play yours backswing, you turn into that very, very good. And you're good, right? So your butt stayed against that wall. If we do Kevin's here, same thing. You can see he bumps into it, stays in it, stays in it, stays in it. And at the top, he's against the wall. You're against the wall. But as we start coming down, see how now his left one is starting to rotate against it, and he's only got, what, 1 inch gap there maybe? Where if we look at yours, boom, you start to straighten up, your legs get straight, and your hips, your legs are against it, but your hip is now moved away from it. So you can see here he's still very, very bent at impact, and your legs are very, very straight. And then once again, we've got this big look here. He's a little square look here. So those are the two things I would have you work on. And like I said, I'll post a couple other videos for drills and stuff that will help you work towards developing and producing these changes that we've discussed here. And once again, thanks for making the drive up. It was nice to meet you, and hope this helps and you can start playing some good golf.